double up. 3 or 4 times, I ain't telling no lies, I just run it up. Never let a hard time humble us. Double up. I ain't telling no lies, I just, yeah. I ain't telling no lies, I just
5, 4, 3, 2, that's time. I got to you that money, my dreams come true, my life in diamonds. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew?
Alright, first off, how many days do we have to go? 5 plus 3, what, 8 days?
Yes. Yeah, no. 9.
9 days out.
Yeah, 9 days out.
Percentage wise, what are you telling me?
I'm about 86, 87.
86, 87, yeah. Cool.
And I think that's where I'm gonna stay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we're gonna... Brad, do we need to get to 100%? Sorry.
No, we don't need to be 100%. We just got to be 100% switched on.
Switched, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, 86, 87, then marks there.
Nice.
I feel ready.
Nice,
Definitely.
nice. What's the highest percentage you've been for any fight?
Yeah, near the hundreds.
Near the hundreds?
Yeah, I think my fight against Charlie Duffield, I might have been near there. Maybe. Yeah. Actually, I don't know, man. Every time, because I think I've gone past that kind of fitness.
Yeah.
But at the time, that was very high for me. So, moving on, I've probably gotten to a better, higher fitness, you know, performance-wise, probably performed a bit better. But at the time, it's relative to the time you're at.
Yeah.
Because I'm probably more fitter now than I was then. But
Okay.
just at the time, it felt like, oh gosh, I'm at the brink right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I look back at it now, I'm flying past that.
Cool.
And there's still more to come.
Cool.
Do you know what I mean? So,
Alright, cool. Jump into these top 5. So,
top
5 movies.
Oh, that's a good one.
Top 5 movies.
What movies do I always watch?
Actually, I'll give you half a chance. You
Yeah.
can mix movies and shows if you
Yeah.
can't get all the top 5.
Okay, shows definitely Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I've been watching that for almost nearly 20 years straight without stopping. Go through all the series all the time. My wife and kids here and there.
Okay.
Movies, Goodfellas. I always watch that. Goodfellas, Casino. What's another good movie I always watch? Well, after this, I'm probably gonna be like, I forgot this movie, man. I always watch Coming to America. I like that movie.
Okay,
I think it's
yeah.
very funny.
Did you watch the second one?
Yeah, the second one was alright, because usually whenever they do a sequel or whatever, it never lives up to it. But I didn't think it was that bad, but it'll never beat the first, obviously.
Fair enough.
Do you know what I mean? Lion King. I love Lion King. Been watching that for probably since I was 7. Even up until now.
Okay,
Right,
that's
do you know
a
about
bad
Lion
one.
King? Do you know about Yusuf? Do you know about Lion King?
Yeah.
Toy Story.
Toy Story.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Disney movies.
Okay.
Yeah, because it you know when you're young, you're carefree and it makes you like you're happy and so when I watch them, that's how I get that same feeling. Home Alone. Yeah, I love Home Alone. Home Alone 1 and 2 with what's his name again? Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Bad Boy. I still watch that till today. Yeah, that's what I can think. But there's so many, but those are ones I always keep going back to all the time. But yeah, I like a lot of Disney movies and whatever movies I like. They're always usually from like the 80s, 90s, and stuff like that. I don't think like in them times they make timeless stuff like timeless movies, timeless music. You can always, but nowadays you can make a good movie, but you might not watch it again. True. That's the day and age we're in, I think. It's just even in boxing, there's fights, they're timeless. You can keep watching them. Nowadays there'll be a good fight, but will you really go back and watch it again and again? So yeah.
I'm actually gonna come to that as well, like fights that you'd rewatch. So movies, I got Goodfellas, Lion King, Casino.
Coming to America.
Toy Story. And then shows was My Wife and Kids.
Fresh Prince is number one.
Fresh Prince number one.
Yeah. That's up until now. I'll go before I'm back to sleep. I'll just put it on and leave it on, so I just sleep. Like,
all the episodes.
Every single episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Before I get to music, what's your actual favorite genres of music? Like 2 or 3.
At the moment, Afro beats probably. I just like the feelings, makes me happy, and but probably like 80s soulful.
Okay.
Soul, you know, that kind of music, yeah.
So top 5 Afrobeat artists.
Yeah, probably just. I think Davido probably has to go in there.
Number 1, or this doesn't have to be particular order, or just top 5. Up to you.
Top 5. There's a guy called Wasu Ainde. No people won't know.
Okay.
Ainde Wasu. People won't know who he is, but like it's like he kind of does like what kind of music is it? It's like shit. Oh, what's his music? All the Nigerians are gonna cuss me, you know. But Sir Shina Peters, they're kind of like old school Afro music.
Okay.
King Sunny Ade, Fela Kuti. I like your Wizzes and your Burna Boys and stuff like that. But growing up, I used to listen to the African tunes that my parents used to listen to. So they've stuck with me, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Alright.
That's just a few of them anyway, yeah.
You might need to message me a few of those names.
No, I would, no problem.
Cool. So in terms of the soul music and that, who's your top 5 for the soul type genre?
My top 5, Earth, Wind and Fire has got to be in there.
Okay.
Yeah, their music's sick. Michael Jackson as well. I love Michael Jackson.
100%.
Sorry to interrupt your recording.
No worries.
I'll see you there, Brian.
Right, let me get this.
Bloody hell,
Good work, coach.
How
Thank you,
tough
man.
is that? Bloody
Not as tough as you, Dan.
let me, you know what? Let me see on my playlist.
Good
I've got playlists here
yeah.
that I love, like the old school tunes, like. But obviously, Earth, Wind and Fire, they're like my top. And again, Michael Jackson. You got people like I like Rick James.
Ooh.
Not even just because of his music, but his swag. I like people with personality like that. Do you know what I mean? So Rick James. Who else? James Brown, I like him.
Ooh.
Yeah, Shaka Khan.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, that's a few of them anyway.
That's cool. Shaka Khan, Rick James, James Brown, Michael Jackson, Earth, Wind and Fire.
Yeah.
Okay, solid.
Yeah.
All right, now food. You're not training. You don't have a fight. You keep up with your training, but no fight coming up. Your 5 favorite meals just to enjoy, tastiest food you can think of.
Tastiest food. Do you know what? I like Italian food.
Okay.
Pastas.
Yeah.
Yeah, pasta with a nice creamy sauce, cheese.
Yeah.
Obviously, I love Nigerian food. Your jollof rice, pounded yam, egusi, all that kind of that's just normal, innit? But I do love it. But it doesn't go well with when you're in a weight-defined sport. If I was a heavyweight, then it might not be as. But when you have to make weight, it's not like these foods are unhealthy, but just put a lot of weight on you. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. What else? I like Caribbean food as well. I like Caribbean food. My favorite Caribbean food is probably oxtail and rice. But again, heavy. Yeah, it's heavy. Yeah, so stay away from it. What else do I like? Trying to think. Yeah, I like your burgers and your just your normal junk food. You know, but do you know what? I love fruits as well, especially after training. Yeah. Cold fruits is like heaven. Yeah. It's like heaven to me. A cold orange, apple, watermelon. I really, and I think that's how I make weight kind of good, because I get a lot of my juices from fruit.
Yep.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Love a good fruit.
We've got fruits, Italian pasta, Nigerian food, Caribbean food. Am I missing one? Burgers.
Yeah, burgers.
Junk
Do
food.
you know? Actually, yeah, I love chips.
Chips.
Yeah, I love chips. Potatoes, I love like.
Are we talking fat chips or little French fries things?
Any, but mainly French fries.
French fries,
McDonald's
okay.
chips are beautiful, man.
Okay.
Yeah. I love chips. I can't lie.
Nice. Alright, cool. To what you were speaking before,
Yeah.
top favorite fights to go back and watch.
I always watch. I always watch Riddick Bowe, Evander Holyfield versus Riddick Bowe, the first fight.
Yeah.
Always go back and watch that fight. I just like the way Evander's resilience. I like Riddick Bowe. He's just tall, big, but athletic and fluid. Like, these day and age, yeah, you get big guys, yeah, but they're stiff, a bit robotic. They're solid, but they're not. Riddick Bowe was big, but he was fluid. He could move, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, I like that. And yeah, like I said, Evander, he's like recovery rate is crazy. One round it's like he's about to get knocked out, stop. Next second he's there, boom, but like his recovery rate was crazy. I always go back to that fight. I like that fight, and two great fighters as well.
Yep.
Two of my favorite fighters. I always go back and watch Hagler versus Mugabu? Is it Mugabu? Shit, no, I need to go back because yeah. Let me check this. Hagler versus. I can't get this wrong because I watch this fight every day, but I think it's my pronunciation how I'm saying his name. Mugabu. Yeah,
okay.
John Mugabu. Yeah, that's it. Always watch that fight.
Yep.
Hagler versus Mugabu. Mugabu was, at the time, was up and coming, yeah, he's a puncher. So obviously Hagler was the reigning champion, but they were like, all right, fight this guy, like, he's up and coming, he had like 20 odd fights.
Yeah.
Nearly every single one by knockout.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it was a hard fight at the start of it, but Hagler just showed his level as the fight went on and then ended up stopping him. So I like that. I always like fighters that show resilience.
Yeah.
You know that there can be a fighter that he's just always winning and everything. I wouldn't be interested in him because that's him, innit?
Yeah.
I like the fighters that when they're not supposed to win or they're getting effed up, they showed it. I love that. Like, that's what a true fighter is like. Do you know what I mean? I'm never ever like, people be like, oh, this fighter, like, he was so sick. Yeah, he made it look easy. I'm not interested. It's about when you get knocked down, and you come back, or you're getting effed up and you come. That resilience, that's heroic for me. I love it. Do you know what I mean? So that's a fight there, because again, like I said, Mugabe was doing well, strong, youngster coming up.
Yep.
But then as the rounds went on, Hagler just showed his look, I'm that guy, man. Sorry, like, and I love that. What other fights do I go to? Some fights as well. I don't go to it because the fight is good.
Yep.
I'd go to it because it's an event, and I just like the whole. It was like, wow, it was a spectacle. I go to some of AJ's fights and like, just the ring walk and everything. I think, I think, wow, that's sick. Like even Mayweather, I watch a lot of his fights, just the whole, not so much the fight. He's a great fighter, one of my favorite fighters as well. Yeah. But not all their fights I watch because, like the fight itself is like that, just the build up and stuff like that. I like that. What other fights do I go to? Oh, Winky Wright versus Sugar Shane Mosley versus Winky Wright.
Yep.
Again, Mosley was that guy, like, and Winky was coming up. He'd had the hard road as well, and now he was just coming into the point where, like, okay, now it's time for me to get the shining lights on me, and he performed really good. He's another one of my favorite fighters. Very good, come forward, defensive fighter.
Yep.
So I always watch that fight because I like the way he just persevered in that fight and just, I think it was more his story because he was a road runner. Like, he used to fight all over the world. Like, he couldn't get a break. Like, where he had to be on the away corner all the time. And then when he finally fought Shane, it was like, I'm here. It's like, I announced myself, and he performed very good. And I liked his defense.
Yep.
So those are 3 fights I always go to. What other fights do I always go to? I'm trying to think. And again, once I go, I'm gonna think. Let me go on my. Give me a second, and I can probably. Michael Nunn versus James Toney.
Okay.
Again, Michael Nunn, southpaw. A lot of my favorite fighters, they're southpaws. Michael Nunn's one of my favorite fighters.
Yeah.
Nice, tall, rangy fighter, slick, good boxer. And again, he was the champion. James Toney was, I wouldn't say, was he the underdog? Yeah, you could say that. But I think Nunn was winning the fight. But again, you know, like I said, I love it when people persevere and they come through. And James Toney was losing, and he just like put the pressure on and got Nunn out of there. So it was a good fight. As in, I like the way Nunn was boxing to start off with, but then I like the way it like in James Toney's head, it's like. Again, boxing's very mental, like, so I think he just thought, you know what, I gotta take it to this guy, right? What's the point of me boxing this guy? He stuck it on him, got him out of there. I love that. I always love, you see me, even when I'm watching, when there's a fight happening, yeah, I always go for the underdog. I don't know why, because I've always, for myself, I've always been the underdog. Even if I'm going into a fight, yeah, and people expect me to win, I always still feel in life like, yeah, I'm the underdog, like I'm not meant to be where I am. So I always feel like, you know, everyone always says, yeah, the underdog mentality, but I actually feel that. Like I feel like I got a chip on my shoulder. I've always got to prove myself right and prove doubters wrong. So I always go for the underdog. I like the underdogs. People who just, when they're not supposed to win, they do their thing. Like Ali versus Foreman, he wasn't supposed to win that. Like that's a iconic fight. Do you know what I mean? One more, let me think. I've probably got. Okay. What fight? Bloody hell. Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave that open. Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave that open. Actually, I'll go. Do you know what? I like Manny Pacquiao versus Cotto. I like that fight.
Ooh, yeah.
It was a good fight, that first one. Just the speed, but Cotto's one of my favorite fighters as well, man. I did like the way he got thumped up in that. I kind of felt sorry for him, but that's a good fight as well. There's so many, but anyway, I've given you my main four anyway. So yeah,
cool. Next one's controversial. Sorry about this one, man. Do you have a partner or children, anything like that?
No partner.
Alright, cool.
I'm married to the boxing game, unfortunately.
Lovely. 5 if you can.
Yeah.
3 celebrity crushes.
Oh, 3 celebrity crushes.
Yeah.
Rihanna.
Okay.
Who else? Do you know what? I don't even have. I like Rihanna because she's just got swag in her. I just like her, like something about her in it. But I don't. Do you know what? I'm petty. I don't even have celebrity crushes like that because I'm in my head. I'm like, I'm not gonna get them. So what's the point? Do you know what I mean?
Fair enough.
It's like I'm just like, oh, nah. Forget it, I ain't crushing on them. I'll crush on people that I can actually get.
Nah, I hear you, I get you.
No, let me think. Who do I?
You might see her walking in Westfield when you're going shopping, man.
Yeah, I won't approach them. I won't approach them. Who am I? Jeez, crushes.
From the music or films.
I like Skepta's sister.
Okay.
Is that mad? I think, yeah. She's a celebrity, like, would you?
Yeah.
Julie, is it Julie? Julie, yeah. I kinda like her.
Cool, I'll give you one more if you can.
Who else? I'm trying to think.
Come on, your boy. I know you got some suggestions, man.
I know, because he know.
I think that Julie was a good one, to be honest.
Yeah, who am I trying to? Who? I can't even. Because right now we're 9 days awake. That's not even on my mind. I can't. I can't really tell you. I couldn't. I used to like. What's her name? Oh.
Megan Good?
No.
Oh, okay.
She looking fire now though. In the movies, she's fine now in the movies.
Yeah.
She's been different, isn't it?
No, sorry, I can't really think all times.
Yep.
So yeah,
Cool.
hopefully they can do their thing.
Hope so, man. Alright, boxing segment now.
Yes.
Trick question for you. If you weren't a light heavyweight, what weight class would you like to fight at?
Heavyweight, because I don't have to make weight. First of
Okay.
all. And maybe probably middleweight.
Middleweight.
Yeah, middleweight.
Nice.
Because those are the like traditional weights. It would have to be the traditional weights.
Yeah.
See, welterweight, middleweight, light heavy, heavyweights. Those are like the traditional weights. You know,
Yeah.
back in the day, they didn't have the super middles or the super welter and stuff like that. So any of the traditional weights, probably not welter. I don't think I would like to be a small fighter. Yeah, middleweight. And Hagler's my favorite fighter, so I won't mind being in that weight division
Cool.
too. Yeah.
Out of history, 3 fighters you'd have liked to have fought.
Do you know what? All the great fighters that I like, I wouldn't even want to be in the ring with them because I rate them so. Do you know what I mean? But just to actually say, yeah, I was in the ring with him, like sparring with them would be enough. Like I don't even have to fight them. Yeah.
Cool,
like
cool,
I said,
cool.
like Hagler, I would love, even if I just had a spar with him.
Yeah, I'll
Do you know
change it
what I
that way then.
Yeah.
To be share the ring with sparring.
Yeah, Hagler.
Yep.
James Toney,
Ooh.
Gerald McLennan.
Yep.
Because these guys as well, after their boxing, I've watched them when they're actually teaching about boxing and how they used to go about it. So it would be good to hear from them, like, do you know what I mean? Someone like Isa Charles as well. Those kind of fighters, yeah.
Yep. Next question. Who are some people who you've shared the ring with that people might know? Like maybe on your way coming up or...
Billy Joe Saunders.
Yep.
George Groves. Daniel Dubois.
Yep.
Who else? Gilberto Ramirez. Artur Bertabiev.
Okay.
Who else? Kovalev. Who else have I sparred or shared a ring with? That people.
That's some hard work, man.
Yeah.
Some good work.
Boatsi.
Yep.
Who else? World champion Lawrence Okoli.
Yep.
Richard Riakpo. I fought him in the amateurs. Fought him in the amateurs. Obviously, he's on the cusp of being like probably a world champion, like and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a few, man. Trying to think. Yeah, that's all I can think of at the moment.
Anything in particular you've learned from any of those fighters or could have taken away about yourself or about them?
Yeah, no, all of them, all the like, especially the ones that have fought at world level or been world champions. Definitely took stuff away from them. And it's not even something so big, but it's the little things that make a huge difference. Like they won't be telling you, oh, you gotta do this, and you know, hey, why is it? No, it's just like, yeah, when you're doing this, like maybe something so small, but it makes such a big difference, and that's why you can see why they're where they are. Do you know what I mean? So.
Yep. What else do I have for you? If it wasn't boxing, what would you be doing?
Oh, that's a good question. If I wasn't boxing, what would I be doing? I'll probably have some sort of business. I don't know, something that's making me some sort of profit. I don't know, but I'll probably still be in the. Actually, I'd like to work with kids, you know. Yeah, because I think I can relate to them, but I don't know if I have the patience. If I'll be honest, because I've worked in schools, like gone in there and I do like classes and
Nice.
Stuff like that.
Yep.
And yeah, it's good. It's good, especially when they look up to you as well. So maybe working with kids. I like to give back in some sort of way anyway.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, because I'm actually so engulfed in boxing right now.
Yeah.
Like it's weird. You're so clouded. You don't think outside of I could be doing because you're in it. Like that's all you know. Especially when you're so focused on getting somewhere, you don't think about. That's why it's so important to have a good team around you and stuff like that because they can always like. As for me, the goal's always to just get to where I need to get to from fighting, win the fight, get the job done. Do you know what I mean? So it's quite hard. That's definitely a question that once it's all said and done, then I'll have to. Okay, yeah, I like to do this, and do you know what I mean? Right now, if it's war, I'm right in the trenches.
Ready.
You can't even be asking me about. When you get back, what holiday you gonna? I'm trying to survive. Like the shots coming in. Like, don't fucking ask me that. Like, that's how it feels for me. Do you know what I mean?
Cool. Alright, what I have next for you? But your top 5 British fighters of all time.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Prince Nassim.
Yep.
He's definitely one of them. Frank Bruno, Lennox Lewis. Well, Lennox, you can say he was Jamaican, you could say he was Canadian, you could say, do you know what I mean? But proper like English, like, do you know what I mean? I'd say, Nassim, Bruno, what's his name? Gosh, AJ has to be one of them as well. I think he's done so much in my era. Definitely. I liked Carl Froch, you know. Yours, that's 4. Actually, and then Lennox, innit? Yeah, I guess them 5. Yeah, I'd say them 5.
Cool. Quick one. Any prediction on the Eubank Ben fight?
I'll make Eubank the favourite. Do you know what I mean? I think it'll be a bit harder than Eubank thinks, but I think it's just Eubank's boxed at a high level, and I think Connor's just coming into there. But you never know with boxing; he could pull the upset. Like I said, I always like an underdog. For me, Connor's the underdog. So if he came and done it, it's always like those things. They're always inspirational. Like, oh look, everyone thought he was gonna get wiped, and he went and done it. But I would put Eubank as the favourite.
Cool.
Yeah.
Next one now. Where was I? Camera distracted me. What was I just about to ask you? Which one of your fights have you learnt the most from about yourself?
That's a good fight. Good question. I said that's a good fight. That I learned about myself. Probably my 5th fight against Adam Jones. I was in bits and pieces. I don't even want to go into it, but I know myself. I had to dig deep with him. Just stuff outside of the ring. But I know, when it comes down to it, and I need to show up, I'm gonna push till the wheels fall off. I know that for sure. So I learned a lot about myself there, and. Every fight, I always learn something. But I just remembered that fight. Yes, I remember. It's not. I'm not saying it was a fight I was the underdog, or I wasn't supposed to win or anything. But just the whole circumstances leading up to that fight and stuff. Yeah, I learned a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now I know boxers like to focus on who's in front of them.
Yeah.
However, say you clean up the whole of England, man. You got England in your back pocket.
Yep.
Are we going to get to see you thump up any of these American-based fighters?
There's not in my weight division. There's not any big American light heavyweights. Most of the top guys, they're all Russian, Eastern European. True. They're all. You got your Bivals, you got your Bertebiev. You got. Who else is there? And they hold up all the belts, them two, and they're Russian based. And then obviously in America, you've got like Ramirez, who I told you I sparred. He's like Mexican, but he's based in America. Good fighter as well. Here, the top guys, you'd say Callum Smith, Yard, as in getting ready to fight for a world title. You've got Buatsi's on a cusp as well. So it's all over the place. Like, it's not like, that's what I'm saying, like, this is why I said AJ's got to be one of my favourite British fighters. He's done a lot in putting the spotlight on the UK scene. Do you know? Before, for you to make it, you definitely have to cross the pond
Yep.
to be a big name. Now
Yeah.
everyone's coming here.
True.
When I went to America, there were so many like good fighters there, but they're not known. They ain't got. But here in England now, we've got the platforms. Like, do you know what I mean? And because there's not that many of us, if you're good, you're most likely gonna get to the spotlight quite quickly.
Yep.
Whereas in America, there's so many of them.
Yeah, big market.
Big market. So do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah. But what the question you should be asking is, am I gonna get in there with the top boys
top
in this
boys.
country? Because right now, the light heavyweight scene in the UK,
Yes.
we've got so many. Like there's like in 8 days, I'm fighting Shakan Pitters. He's a former British champion, another good fighter. Like on paper, this is a 50-50 fight. And like I said, you got your Callum Smith, former undisputed super middleweight champion.
Yep.
He's on the cusp of fighting for a light heavyweight title.
Yep,
You got
yep.
Yard. Do you know what I mean? He's fought for a world title. You got Buatsi. You got Callum Johnson. He's fought for a world title. Like you got Lyndon Arthur. You got Craig Richards. You got like our division's just fire. Like we
Yeah,
could just
for real.
we don't need to go out there and look for American fighters, or we could just have a dust up here, go and pack a Wembley Arena out, or
That's
the
true.
Wembley Stadium or the O2 and stuff. Like we can. Do you know what I mean? It's like back in the day. Look at Ben and Eubank, and who's the other guy? Oh, I'm upset that I forgot his name, man. How can I forget his name? I feel like oh, what's his name? Sorry.
No worries.
Let me find his name. Chris Eubank. Ben. Chris Eubank. Man, don't you know your boxing? You're getting me mad. No, in their weight class. There was Ben, Eubank, and there was the other guy.
Not the one who does the interviews now. Nelson,
No.
not Johnny Nelson.
No.
What weight was Ben middleweight?
No, they were super middles. Come on, man, guys. Michael Watson.
What about Joe Gonzalez?
No, and that was just 3 fighters.
Yeah,
Ben,
yeah.
Watson, Eubank. So look how many fighters I've just named.
Yeah.
We can have like an era like where it's always talked about like,
His
oh
and
yeah,
Watts, that's an era.
and that's what I want to be part of. Like, yeah, remember when this guy fought this one, then this one beat this one, and this one.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of legacy things that when you're not here, they'll still be talking about. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, Watson, Eubank, Ben, that era, people always still talk about it. So I think we should make use of, whilst we're here, I think we all need each other to build a legacy for ourselves. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you had Craig versus Buatsi the other day. We've had Lyndon versus Yard.
Craig even fought Shakan already, right?
Yeah, Craig's fought Shakan as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, I'm gonna fight Shakan. Yeah, man, let's get it, mix it up, man. I think it'll be really good. It'll be really good if really we could do a tournament like a Super 6, like back in the day there was a Super 6, super middleweight tournament.
Yeah.
And it had all the top super middleweights. Very good tournament. It would be wicked if they could do one
Is
here.
that the
man.
one that Andre Ward came
Yes,
out
and
of?
he won, and him and Carl Froch were in the finals.
Yeah.
They've done another one actually, where Callum Smith won it, and he beat
Okay.
Groves again in the final. It'd be wicked if we could do that, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, I don't think there's anyone can beat anyone. So yeah, that's what I'm about anyway. It's not so much about money. It's about, when you're not here no more, or when you're old, people say, yeah, remember like this fight, like between this person and that person. Or do you remember Azeez? Do you remember, Arthur? Do you remember Richards?
Yeah.
Yes. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that supported me from the start of the journey up until now. Everybody that's believed in me. Also, thank you to everyone who's inspired by my story, because I come up from, I weren't like the most athletic, or I wasn't the best technically or anything like that, but I just hope my stories like inspires people and shows people that consistency and resilience, focus mixed with hard work will get you to wherever you want to be in life. And I'm definitely, obviously I'm here because it's written, but on paper, I'm not meant to be where I'm meant to be. So, you know, I just want people to look at my story and, you know, just grab inspiration, man. And I just thank everyone who's genuinely just been there from the start, people who are on the journey now, and, you know, just everyone who supports me, man. This game is not easy, and it doesn't get any easier. So the love from everyone just makes it that tad bit, you know, more better, do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, just big shout outs to everyone, and September 3rd, we're gonna get this win, you know, not just for myself, but for everyone as well. So yeah, man, keep these belts in South London, Lewisham. Super.
Let's go. Love, bro.
Oh.